Rock climbing and belaying are high-risk activities. Only properly trained individuals that have completed the belay certification process taught by one of our belay instructors may engage in the activities that are shown in this video. Before climbing or belaying can take place, one must first put on a harness correctly. Step into the waist belt and leg loops as you would a pair of shorts. Pull the waist belt up above your hips before you begin to tighten. Remember to double back all buckles on the harness as well. Once the waist belt is tightened, tighten the leg loop buckles as well. The buckles should be positioned on the outside of the climber's thighs. As a general rule, buckles should be snug to the touch without cutting off one's circulation. Common mistakes in putting on a harness include leg loop buckles positioned on the inside of the climber's thighs, twisted webbing in the leg loops, belay loop not positioned correctly on the outside of the harness, twisted webbing on the waist belt, and forgetting to double back the buckles. Avoid these common mistakes to ensure that your harness is worn correctly. Before you can climb, you must first tie the rope to your harness using the figure 8 follow-through. Start by tying a figure 8 knot approximately 2 feet from the end of the rope. Pass the end of the rope through the 2 hard points on your harness, starting with the bottom hard point located where the leg loops come together, and passing the rope through the top hard point located at the waist belt. The rope passes through the harness in the same manner that the belay loop does. The end of the rope is then passed back through the figure 8 knot, or followed through, so that the knot resembles 2 of the same knots lying on top of each other. Any twists or points where the rope crosses over itself must be worked out so that a well-dressed knot is achieved. The finishing touch is a double fisherman's knot to tie up remaining slack. Before you can belay, you must set up the carabiner, belay device, and rope correctly. Start by attaching the carabiner directly to your harness at the belay loop. Take the belay device and attach it to the carabiner with the high friction side of the device facing away from the belayer. The rope is then inserted into the belay device and carabiner with the tail or slack end oriented on the high friction side of the belay device. The gate on the carabiner should then be locked. When using a floor anchor, use a separate carabiner to attach to the belay loop below the belay device. Proper commands are essential to the process. Climber. On belay. This command prompts a belayer to double check that the climber's harness is being worn correctly and that their knot is tied properly. The climber checks that the belayer's harness is also being worked correctly and that the carabiner and belay device are properly set up. Belayer. Belay on. Climber. Climbing. Belayer. Climb on. When climber reaches the top of the climb or wants to rest, the climber says, "Take." The steps to the belay process are as follows. Pull out slack in the rope. Go to the brake position. Reach under your brake hand and slide your brake hand up. Your brake hand should never let go of the rope. To catch a falling climber, place hands in the brake position. Lower a climber with 2 hands on the brake side of the rope and allow rope to pass through hands in a safe, controlled manner until the climber is on the ground. Watching this video does not qualify someone to belay at the UA climbing wall. This video is meant for educational purposes only. Official certification is only obtained by completing a belay clinic offered at the UA climbing wall. Contact outdoor.recreation@ua.edu for more information.